And this is finished now. Now we can pass to the next. Let's make this separate. So get name is different, get age, and get cell number. Let's define this in an other string method. Return my age is plus get age my number. Now we are going to call and test this in our test class. First of all, in order to test this, we have to define our objects. The object name should be same with the class name. Let's say main. Main is equal to new main. In here, we can define only name and surname. Let's say Betül, comma, all that. Now you see it's already understood that we have a name parameter and surname parameter. But if we want to add here integer, this is going to throw an exception because we didn't define the age in the first constructor. Now we will pass to the second object, which will be main1. The name of the object should be different. New main, now we are going to say 3 and 5. Let's give a basic age. It's not that important. This is our cell number. Let's say 13. And now we are going to print our main. In order to print it, main dot toString, we're going to call the first method, first toString method. Later on, we're going to say main1 dot toString1 method. And whenever we test it, now we will see here, I think we put it here, one space. Space is important. Let's check it again. My number. Yeah, here is our result. And if we want to send the name, the surname into separate line, the only thing we have to do is /n. And this will send the information to the next line. Let's remove the spaces. Here is our output, the name, the surname, the age, and the number. So this is how we test our information. So this was a basic bibliography of a person, let's say. There can be a different examples as well. So let's check an object which the objects in a geometry. Let's create another package, which is going to say, let's say circle. A package and a new class, circle and test circle. Oops. Test circle. In the first circle, what we have to do is repeat after me. We have to define what a radius, right? And what is the type of a modifier for the radius, which I have mentioned while explaining the theory. It is double. It can be integer, but mostly we define it as a double. That's why we say double radius. And if we want to have an empty object, we should say double radius is equal to 1.0. But if we want to define the value of a variable, we have to erase this and add it in the object. Let's say string color. Color of a shape, right? Later on, what we have to do, we have to define a constructor. And don't forget, the name of the constructor should be same with the class name. That's why we have to say public circle. Inside the circle, inside the constructor, what we have to define? We have to define a parameter, right? The parameters are what? The variables we define. It's double radius, comma, string, color. And we use this keyword. This that radius is equal to radius. This that color is equal to color. And later on, the only thing we have to do is right click, click generate, getter and setter, select them, and automatically and shortly, practically, we get our getters and setters. Let me write here, getters and setters, which are methods. Okay. And also we would like to add a string method, public string to string. What we need to define, the type is return, right? Return the radius plus get radius, or we can say is that radius. This way we can also define it, but this is not necessary. This is another choice. We can continue, but the better way, which I prefer, is get radius plus the color is plus get color. Now we pass to the test. In order to test this, we call the main method, which is psvm, and later on we define our object. Public circle is equal to new circle. And as I mentioned, if we want to define with the variable in the object, we should say it here. So 1.0 and inside the quotation mark. Let's say the color is green or red, let's say. And we want to say another object is equal to new circle. Let's say 5.0 and green. But in this way, it is really basic. What we can include into this code, think what we can calculate in a circle, we can calculate the area, right? In order to calculate the area, let's say public double get area return math, that's pi, which is 3.14 times radius times radius, which is r squared, right? And we want to add here plus the radius is get plus get area. Let's first of all print these two objects. Circle that's to string, circle one that to string. And if we run this test, we are going to see the radius, the color, and why we have radius, the area. The area is 78. And if we want to have this value as an integer, the only thing we have to do is integer get area. In this way, we will remove all the numbers after comma. So here we are going to have 3 and 78. In another option, we can directly change the radius into integer from double, and we are going to get an integer number, decimal number, right? So this is how we define our objects. This is how we define our methods and constructors, modifiers, data variables, classes, and I have also shown you how to see the UML diagram. But in the UML diagram, there are also different informations. Let's pass to our theory. Here, if the information is not included in the object and we call it int string method, this is called a null value. A null value which can be placed in an incorrect place, or the information might not be defined or called. Here in the UML diagram, which I mentioned, we have a plus sign and we have a minus sign. A plus sign in a UML diagram means plus is a public, minus is a private. Public modifier means other classes it can be in the package or outside the package. All the variables in the class is visible by the other classes defined. But if we have a private modifier, private class, let's say, or private modifier, the informations are not visible by any classes. And if we have a protected modifier, this modifier can be seen only in the same package, or only the methods can be seen by other classes. If they're in the same package, it can be seen. This is for the protected modifier. And if you see a minus sign in the UML diagram, this means you have to define data with private. Private is string age, private integer, private string name, private integer age, private double, private boolean. So this is how you should understand. But if you see a plus sign, this means it's all public. You can either write public string name or string name. String name is also defined, also understood as a public sign.